and welcome back to our second episode of Love Without Borders, the best Christian dating show in the world, if I do say so myself. But before we go on today, I'd like to give you a quick update of what happened during our first episode with Viola and Emmanuel. Did their love cross the borders? No, it didn't. But we know that God has great things planned for both of them. On today's show, we'll be meeting an amazing young man and an amazing young lady. And I remain your host, Victoria, odensanmi.
Thank you so much, Victoria, for that wonderful introduction. My name is Tolu, and I'm also one of your hosts here on the best dating show in the world. So before we get to today's video, do me a favor, please, and subscribe to this channel, like this video, and share our videos with your friends and family. We would definitely love to have you on our show.
Meet Glory. Gloria Oguyinka is a first-year dental student at Tufts Dental in Boston. She enjoys watching shows, cooking, playing the piano, and exploring. She also describes herself as resilient, open, slightly serious, and as someone who loves to laugh and have a great time.
Meet Adeshina. His name is Adeshina Olagoke, and he lives in Douglasville, Georgia. He's an ambitious person and a great listener. He's a big observer, and he enjoys surrounding himself with people who think differently than he does. He works part-time as a customer service rep at a bank, and he is also a business owner. He's passionate about his work, his ministry, and he strives to live life the way he believes God has destined for him.
We have two wonderful guests here with us, and I have Shina and Glory. So welcome on the show, Shina and Glory. Are you guys excited to be here?
We are. Thank you.
That's good. So Victoria is going to take over the next segment now, and yeah.
And I'm ready for it. Are you guys ready for it?
Yeah, we are. Go ahead.
I like your hat, by the way, Glory.
Thank you.
That's something I'll do every time. Anyway, so the first session, before we go on to the first session, I'm glad to have you guys here, like we said earlier. And in the first session is two truths and a lie. So I'm going to read two truths about Shina. First one is Shina has a passion for music. Second one is Shina has visited the Taj Mahal. The third one is that he's a thriller or horror fanatic. Which one's a true and which one is a lie?
I would say number 1 and number 3 are true, and the second one is false.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shina, please unravel, reveal what's true, reveal the truth and the lies to us.
Okay, so actually all 3 of those are true. I definitely have a passion for music. That's a big part of myself. And then I definitely have been to the Taj Mahal. That's in India. So that was a really fun trip a long time ago. And then number 3, I absolutely love horror. I love thriller. Anything in those fields, I definitely am a big fan of that.
Please, I'm scared of you. I'm scared of this horror. I used to like horror before, but later it was messing up my mind. So do you have like a musical career going on, or do you just sing in church? Can you shed more light on that for us?
No musical career. No. But no, I definitely sing in church. I'm a part of the choir. But yeah, I've always had a passion of music since I was younger, and I just resonate a lot more with music, especially gospel music. So that's a really big part of me.
That makes sense. So I'll go to the next set of truths and the next lie. So I am the middle child. So Shina said he's the middle child. He collects rare snakes. And the last one is when he was in elementary school, a kid threw a peanut in his mouth and he landed in the ER. Which one is the truth and which one's the lie?
I'm gonna hope that number 2 is false and the first and third once again are true. Yeah.
Okay, Shina, it's up to you to reveal it to us.
Yeah, you are definitely correct. So definitely. I forgot, the first one you said was what again?
The first one I said was you're the middle child.
Middle child, okay, yeah. So definitely I'm the middle child. So I have a younger and older sister. And then the last one was true. So in elementary school, that's how I actually found out I am allergic to peanuts. Peanut butter was from that scenario. So that was an eye opener, I guess. So yeah, but definitely not snakes. Snake kitty, never. I can't even do rodents. So absolutely not. No. Mm-mm.
That's great. Anyway, I relate to that snakes thing because please, I'm African. Next one is he's an avid sports fan. He's a miracle child. He was not supposed to make it into the world. And the last one is he worked in one of Dr. King's charities called Some, so others can eat. Which one's the true and which one is the lie?
Could you say the first one again? Sorry.
He's a miracle. Okay, he's an avid sports fan is the first one. And the second one is he is a miracle child. So he was not supposed to make it into the world.
Okay.
And then the last one, he worked in one of Dr. King's charities called Some, so others can eat.
I think the first one is possibly false. And then the last two are truths. I would say that.
Okay, Shina, it's up to you.
Okay, so the first one is false. You're right about that one. The middle one was the one that was true, and the last one was false as well. The last one, hold on, let me make sure. The last one, what would you say the last one was?
So you worked at the charity.
Yeah, that's false. Yeah, so false. So yeah, so the middle one was correct. So I'm a miracle child, yeah.
Okay, so do you want to shed more light on that?
Oh yeah, sure. So it was actually about 2 years ago. It was one of my aunts. So my mom is a twin, and one of my aunts just shared the story of my testimony, how my mom had a lot of complications with my pregnancy, and I wasn't supposed to make it by the doctor's report. But my mom just prayed and believed, and just turned out to be a miracle and had me completely okay. So my aunt always calls me a miracle boy.
Hallelujah. Whose report will we believe? The report of the Lord.
Yeah.
And then this last one, it's just one, so you decide is it true or is it a lie. He's an extrovert who is usually the hype man of the group, so life of the party kind of vibe. Is that true or is that a lie?
I'm gonna say false.
Sheena, what's your answer, Sheena?
Absolutely false. Yes, I'm definitely not that person. No.
Correct. Gloria, you're doing good. You're doing really good. Yeah. Really good. A round of applause for Gloria. And then we're going to Gloria's facts and lies. So like we went earlier, Sheena, I'm going to read 2 truths and a lie about Gloria, and then you, just like she did, please, discernment on point in the name of Jesus. Receive this wisdom, discernment.
I receive it.
Okay. The first one, Gloria was born in Germany. Gloria loves playing instruments to unwind. So instruments like the piano, the saxophone, and the violin. Gloria loves math, physics, and anything numbers related. Which of these facts are true and which of them is a lie?
Wow, that's hard. I definitely think the instrument, I definitely can see you playing in the band. I definitely see that. Man, I think the math and physics is false, and I think Germany is true.
Okay.
So true, false.
Okay, Gloria.
That's right.
Let him know what's true.
Hey, look at you.
I hate math.
That spirit is on there.
Nice. Oh, wow. Okay. Discernment. Let's go. I've always wanted to be a doctor, and I'm glad that my dreams are coming to pass. That's the first fact. I can't pronounce soldier or shoulder properly without a few mental trials. That's funny. I don't know how to speak German. Which of these are true and which of them is a lie?
Okay, well, I know the last one is true because of the other one. So that's definitely, well, no, you say you do not know how to speak German. Is that what that was?
She doesn't know how to speak German.
So that's false, So that's false. And then the doctor, I think, is false as well. And the middle one, I think, is true.
Okay, Gloria. Let's go.
The doctor one is true.
Oh.
What's the one after?
That you can't pronounce soldier or shoulder.
Yeah, that's true. And the I can't speak German. That's true too. I can't speak it. I forgot it. I was really young, so yeah.
So this round, Shino, you have to work on it.
That's true. Started off well.
That's okay. So I'm going to the next one. Glory loves reptiles, especially snakes. If Glory should choose one meal that she would eat for the rest of her life, she would choose ayama steak and rice. She didn't really care about hand washing hygiene until the COVID-19 pandemic started. Which of them are true?
I hope the last one is false. So I'm gonna say false to that. The reptile one, I think, is false. I hope as well. And then the first one, what was the first one again? You said?
If she should choose one meal to eat for the rest of her life.
Oh yes, true. I think that's true.
You got it right. I eat free. I don't like germs, so I was definitely washing my hands.
Definitely.
And I love ayama and rice. And then the other one was, which one again? Reptiles? Yeah, I don't want to touch a snake. I don't want to be near one. No. Yeah.
Awesome.
Should I just give it to you? Yeah, really.
I'll play. Yeah.
Top notch. And then the last one, you have to tell us whether this is true or false. Glory is an extrovert 247. True or false?
No, I'm gonna say false.
That's right. Yeah.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
We introverts know each other.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Anyway, I enjoyed this session with you guys. I will hand you over, like I always say, to Tolu and ogbonmide.
Thank you very much, Victoria. I received them. I can hand them over to me. But thank you. I enjoyed learning so much about you. I'm an extrovert, so I always think everyone else is an extrovert, but I'm glad to know that. I'm glad to know more about you guys in that way. So this next segment is just really some questions about yourself, to just kind of give us some understanding, for you both to get more of an understanding about each other. So the first question is the highlight of 2020. So what in 2020 was one thing that you will never forget, or just something that you really liked, or just something in 2020 that was the highlight, maybe the most important event in 2020 for you, or where you were when the lockdown started, anything of that nature. So I'll start with, so the way I'm going to do my questions, Gloria will answer first, and then Shina will answer second. So Gloria, over to you.
Okay, my highlight of 2020. There's so many highlights, because 2020 was like an eye-opening year, so I would say the whole year actually, but I would probably choose COVID out of everything, because it really like shed light on a lot of shady areas all around us, and then also shed light on how family is important, being close to your loved ones. So I think that was big the most, because like even me personally, I was noticing how like as I'm getting older, everyone's going away and stuff like that. So the moment that I had now, just spending with family, I really treasured it. So I would say COVID and the things that it brought. Yeah.
Clarity it brought. Mm-hmm. Thank you for that, Gloria. Over to you, Shino.
The highlight, first thing that came to my mind was actually, I don't think it was a meme, but it was like a post I saw, and Sasha Cobbs Leonard, her and her husband had done like a podcast or so talking about it, but it said how like a pandemic like this, certain things like that happened like last year, that God does things like this to get us back to Him, to allow us to make out time for Him. And that really struck me because I'm a busy person. And even though I do make out time for God on the daily, but that post I felt it opened a lot of people's eyes, just being able to truly make out time for God. And it took a pandemic for us to truly stay at home, be locked in, to actually go into the Word and make out time for Him, to get to know Him and just build our own personal relationships. So that was a big highlight for me last year. And going forward, I'm taking that with me to make sure I do consistently make that time.
That's really good. Thank you for sharing that. So the next question I have is about autobiography. So any of you read or had like any particular autobiographies?
Do you want me to go first?
That's not the question though, but I just wanted to kind of get a feel for if you have any biographies you've read that you really liked, or just any thing of that nature.
For me, I would say it just depends on the person. So I usually look into more successful people in our nation. So maybe David John, or former President Barack Obama. So it just depends on the person and who I'm reading on in that month, their biographies. But yeah, there's some really good ones. Just look into their stories.
Yeah.
For me, I was gonna say kind of the same thing. Like, autobiographies don't just have to be books. It could be like online searches and stuff like that, or films as well. So I've been into a few of those as well. And I think it's more of those that had a replicative impact on society, and we can see their work today. And so it's people like that, not really people of nowadays. Not really that. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. We have to do better this generation. So that segues into the next question, which is, what would be the title of your autobiography? And this question can also be phrased as, what is the slogan of your life? Like, what would encapsulate your you as a person? So Gloria is gonna go first, and then Shina will go next.
Probably a one-word title would probably be resilience or something like that, because I've been through a lot, not just family and stuff like that, but just personally, and how far I've come and things that I was able to overcome. It's by the grace of God and just trusting in Him and just holding on strongly to faith. So I would say resilience, and then a cute little photo on the front, something like that. So yeah, that would be for me, my autobiography.
That's good. I'll buy that. Shina, over to you.
These are deep questions. Let me see. The first thing that came to my mind was, I would say something like the raw or authentic. I would say those are very two words that highly describe who I am. And similar to what Gloria said, I've gone through a lot in life, just up to the age I am now, that have taught me lessons that have grown me up and matured me a lot faster. So, but my nature is very, very real, and I like authentic people and honest people. So that's my life is just revolved around that. So I think we'll do that.
I mean, thank you. Those sound like two good books I need to buy. So let me know when you drop those, okay? So I can definitely read up your life stories. But that's good. So we've had two serious questions. So this third question, I'm hoping can be more fun and more relaxed. And it is, what is one thing off your bucket list that you want to do before you leave this earth? You want to just, something you want to do. It can be a crazy thing, it can be a really fun thing. And if you have more than one thing, feel free to share. And then Gloria will go first, and then Shina.
I have to think first. Maybe Shina could go first, if that's okay. Quick.
While you're thinking, so let me just give you some more examples of things that can maybe. So just something you've always wanted to do since you were younger. So for you, it might actually just even be something related to your medical career, something you want to open up, a place you want to visit, a shoe you want to buy, a restaurant you want to eat at. People have all sorts of things. They want to go bungee jumping, So Victoria,
skydiving, swimming with the whales.
Like it doesn't have to be like, it's just anything that just on your heart that, if everything else, all things being equal, I'd like to do this someday. It can be meet someone, it can be have dinner with someone, just anything like that. So I can give you some more time to think, and then I want Gloria to go first, and then she know.
Okay, so I guess mine would be like career-wise and future-wise, just to like really build like an empire that leaves a strong and solid legacy. Because I want to be a dentist, and so I really want to like invoke change in the field of dentistry and also in healthcare as well. So if I could do a lot of things here in America and back home in Nigeria, that would be amazing. Like having hospitals, buses that provide medical care, that's like really one of my top dreams. So I would say that's like the ultimate goal for me.
That's really good. Thanks for sharing that. And then, your bucket list. What's on your bucket list? Sure.
Mine sounds lousy now.
No, it's completely fine.
What came to my mind. So I always wanted to be on Broadway. So that's completely different from being an introvert, but I've always loved shows and theater, and so Broadway is a big part of that. So I'd always want to do that.
That's really good. I really hope you both get to do that and really achieve your dreams. So the next segment actually involves just the both of you. So Victoria and I are going to fade away into the background and just really let you guys ask each other questions. And so the way I would like for this segment to go would be for, ladies first. So Gloria would ask Shina a question, and then Shina would ask her, Gloria, a question. And we can go back and forth like that 2 or 3 times. Just for any question that you want to know, something Victoria and I didn't get to ask, but that you would like to know about each other. So enjoy the moment.
Okay.
All right, over to you, Gloria.
Okay, so since you said you wanted to play on Broadway, I was going to ask you, what's your favorite Broadway show?
Broadway show. I really enjoyed Hamilton. I really did. What's another one? Grease. Grease on Broadway was really good as well. I enjoyed that. But yeah, I think I would say I enjoy a lot of musicals on Broadway. Yeah, I enjoy those. Just from like younger age, I've always looked into that. So I would say those.
Yeah, same. Okay.
Actually, you kind of said it already, but what are your aspirations in life, your goals in life? First of all, to build a solid family, or assist in building a solid family that's built on Christ, and having children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren that are out here working for God, and they're making changes as well as I hope to do. And then second of all, I would say is to be a dentist. I don't know what area yet because I'm just starting dental school. But like I said before, like I really do want to make change in the dental field, especially for like lower income individuals and doing stuff like that. Because even before I had the opportunity to visit a dentist, it was through, people that were doing work in the community. So that really impacted me and, influenced me to go into the field. And I would say those are like my top 2 for now, because I've just been book. So I don't know. Those are my top 2. Yeah. That's amazing.
Mm-hmm. All right. I have some questions here. So hopefully they just flow in like a conversational style. So I just wanted to know, did you grow up here? And like, did you like do like schooling here? Or are you like fresh off the boat from Nigeria or something?
I thought about that show first when you said that. But no, I lived both in Nigeria and here. So I was actually born in the States, but I lived in Nigeria about 4 or 5 years and then came back. So I've gone to school both.
Oh, okay, that's good. Okay, but you had a good amount of time here.
Here, yeah.
Okay. And okay, so yeah, you can ask a question.
So I would ask, would you prefer to would you prefer to grow with someone, or would you prefer that person be established? And so as far as so many dates or something you're looking to marry, would you prefer to grow with that person as far as, building in their career or doing the first things, like first house or things like that? Or would you prefer that person be established in their field?
I would say, I would prefer grow, actually, as long as the growth is from like a good area to where you know what you want to do, but you're still building up to get that thing. So I would say grow, because even individually I'm still growing, and so in marriage, if I'm growing, that means we're both growing as well in a way. So yeah, I would say grow is what I would lean towards more. Yeah. Okay. And okay, so I was gonna ask, how easy is it for you to open up with your trusted confidant, or what is your communication style? Are you the type of person that you rather speak with someone and explain what's bothering you, or do you hold it in and wait till things have piled up, or do you run to your pastor, or do you run to your mom, or what is your communication like? What is it like, basically?
I'll start by saying communication is very important, if not the most important in anything. So I've learned just in my experiences in life, with family and different things, that communication has been usually the root of that, if people are not communicating the right way. So I definitely am keen on making sure I do communicate properly. So for me, I have a very open communication, and with people, with friends in general, people, I feel myself, I'm a better listener, and I'm more observant. So I tend to like people to whether relinquish themselves or, say their minds, and then we can solve that problem through that communication, just open conversations, rather than holding it in for a long period of time, because that builds it up. And you might end up saying things you might not mean when you finally get to that person and relinquish that. So I tend to like to say my mind as quickly as possible, because I used to be that person, and I still have bits and pieces of it that I would hold it in for a while, and it'd be bothering me, and it'd be choking my body as I go. But so I told myself to stop that and just confront that person and explain what's wrong with me, or just say offended me, or whatever happened, to get it off my chest and release it, just solve the problem from there.
That's a good answer.
Thank you. Okay. Sorry, I'm looking at my list. But I would say, what are your likes and your dislikes of yourself?
Of myself? Likes. Ooh. This is recording. I'm just playing. Okay. I like a lot of things about myself. I love my smile. I love my character. I love how I am with family and friends. I love how people talk about me in a good way, or, I always like to leave a lasting impression that's very positive, not negative. And I also like how, even in church, I can relate well with different groups, and also how I can relate with those that I've had, issues with, and we could just move forward and move on. Because, I think lots of people, whenever you have disagreement with someone, you just avoid each other, you just say greeting out the side of your mouth, and then you move on. But no, you can move forward from that. And so I like that about myself, and I like being able to tell others that. Dislikes. Dislikes, what would I say? I don't know, because I feel like the way that I am now is purpose driven, and I know that I'm going to get a lot better. I'm going to become a lot better. I might have some areas where I can, tune up and work on, but I think overall my dislikes about myself, I don't think I have any, because, I mirror, or I am like Christ. I'm made in his image, so I wouldn't say I dislike Christ. I don't dislike anything about him, so I don't dislike anything about myself. So, yeah.
Wow, I appreciate that ideology. That was amazing. I didn't think about it like you just said it. That's amazing. I don't like that. I like your style. I keep the hat, so I
Okay.
definitely wish I had the head for fedoras, and I just don't. My head is big, so it
All
doesn't help.
right.
But yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I was gonna ask. Okay, so whenever you're driving home, if people hear your car pulling up, whether either in the garage, what are their expressions? Your family members, are they happy you're home? Are they annoyed? Are they going to their room? What would you say is their expression or reaction to your arrival back home?
That's an interesting question. I've never thought about that. I mean, I would hope they're excited. I mean, I know. I've never like really watched that to see. I mean, I have good relations with like my aunts or whatnot. As far as like when I was younger, staying with my immediate family, I mean, I didn't really drive then or had anything. That's hard. I've never watched out for that. Huh. That's a good question. I've never watched out for that. I'm actually not sure.
Okay.
Like I would say with my immediate family, like my siblings, and like a couple of my aunts and uncles, like we're really close, like we're really good. So like we all just have fun together. So I would think they would be happy me coming to visit them. So yeah,
Okay,
that's
cool.
yeah.
Okay.
The other question I had, so it's kind of similar to one of the ones I asked, but you kind of said, what are your passions? You said, dentistry, as far as, just changing healthcare and things like that. But do you have any other passions that you would like to share?
Yes, I have more passions with evangelism as well. I need money with the techniques I have in my mind. So as I grow and, start working, hopefully I can make changes like that. But I think it would be awesome to incorporate what my dad does, but like try to see if it could spread out further. So in our church, the last Sunday of every month, we go out and evangelize during church service. So we can catch people that lie that say they go to church. So like, I was thinking one of the things that I wanted to do when I was older and making good money, hopefully with the business plans that I have, is to like enlist like buses or something to different redeems or different churches and like try to get them involved in the program of evangelism Sunday morning or Saturday morning or Saturday, anytime on Saturdays actually, and just go out and evangelize and reach, those that are hungry or that are dying or that are, just going through different trials and, introduce them to the beautiful kingdom of God. And I would say that would be like, the area that I feel like my ministry is kind of going into. I've been involved with like church and stuff like that through like praise team and choir, but I think evangelism is just a lot better because I like to relate with people, even though I'm an extreme introvert. But if it's doing my job, as a child of God and reaching those out there, yeah, I can open up for that. I'll overcome that. So.
That's amazing. I feel the church setting nowadays is different from what the biblical churches are supposed to be. What we read, church is supposed to be that open space where everyone gathers, no matter your race, no matter your issues. That should be a place where we can come together and solve those things for people. So like that organization is one of the things I look into organizations like SAM, which is that So Others May Eat, Dr. Martin Luther King's charities, and other just awarenesses. Because it's just amazing how, especially in America, there's so many hungry, so many poor people, so many people that are just lacking, and we have a lot of resources, of course, that back home and other places don't have. So that's amazing that people actually still think about helping each other. So I applaud you for that.
Thank you.
No problem. Kind of out of questions. I don't have any other things, but did you have anything for me?
I have another weird question. Okay. I just come up with these questions. I don't know what. So if I was to go through the dictionary and I landed on a page and your picture was there, what word would your picture be by? Like to describe you?
Hmm. Gosh. Man. The word that always just that keeps coming to me is real.
Okay.
Um, I guess I would say real only because I've been in a space that I would say one of my dislikes about myself that I'm still working on and I've overcome in a while is being a people pleaser. And so I really at a point of time, I prefer to allow other people to be happy and enjoy and not myself not be happy and myself be depressed or going through something. So I tend to see other people's opinions as better than mine. So I have to build myself out of that. So right now, I would say I'm in a space where I'm very real. People around me, friends, I don't call everyone my friend. I have very few selected people. I'm just real with people and my authentic, genuine self in what I do and the things I say. And I think that has grown me as a person and matured me a lot, just being true to who I am as a follower of Christ and the different dynamics in my life. So definitely would say real. I'm completely authentic, completely genuine. At least I try to be 100%. So
That's good. That's a good answer. All right. I don't have any more questions. Yeah.
me as well.
Wow. I was just going from ear to ear. I must say that this is my favorite session of the show, where you guys get to be your authentic selves and ask one another questions and just have a real conversation. I was just in the background, just enjoying every second of it. And I'm sure you guys enjoyed it. I'm sure the viewers enjoyed it as well. So thank you so much for coming to the show. We've come to the end of the show. Thank you so much, Gloria, for coming. And thank you so much, Adeshina, for coming to the show. We really, really appreciate you. Now is the time for the most important question of this show. Do you think that their love crossed the borders? Do you think that there's some chemistry brewing up between Glory and Adeshina? If you think so, let us know in the comment section. If you don't think so, tell us in the comment section as well. We would love to hear from you. And for those who would like to be on the show, don't forget to go to our Instagram page. I know you want to be on the show, so go to the Instagram page. Go to our Instagram page and click the Linktree link in our bio. And also there will be a link in the description box over here, which has the form that you would fill to be on the show. And please don't forget the pastor's recommendation. It's very important. Anyway, I'm sure you've had a great show. I'm sure you enjoyed today's show, like I have. I remain your host, Victoria, or Odensanmi. Have a great one.
How I adore you. Oh, these words cannot describe how much I love you. How I adore you.